From Tyler C to Heather, week 6 of The Bachelor was extremely eventful, and we're taking a look at all of Bachelor Nation's reactions. Hey guys, welcome back to another Shared News from Home. We're taking a look at the best tweets from this week. I'm Gabby Gonta, and I'm joined by Avery Grooms and Mariah Davis today. Let's check out some of these tweets. First up, Squid tweeted, MJ sounds like every cliche mean girl in high school. Very true. A lot of this drama that has gone on between the women in the house has just been so petty and childish and immature. So hopefully it ends with MJ going home.
Jasenia brought out her government name, LMAO. She wins. Yes, so when Jasenia called MJ Meredith, that would be her government name, and she really went there, I think, as we know, Jasenia won the whole fight. She stood her ground, and that was really just the icing on the cake.
Steph tweeted, "My biggest fear is losing this man I just met and have spoken to once," which is a total dig and but totally accurate at the same time because she did only just meet him and now she's like, "I would be devastated if I lost him and that's my biggest fear." Well, girl, if that was your biggest fear, you should have been nicer. That's all I'm going to say.
Macy tweeted, Matt, don't let us down. Okay, so it seems like she was team Jasenia and wanted MJ to go home. And looks like Matt didn't let us down. So there we go.
Heather trying to work her way into this season, and we have the weekend's halftime performance where he's kind of walking through those chrome mirrors. All the memes with this like image were so funny, but I love the fact that we put Heather into this now. That's hilarious. And that's really how it went too. Good luck getting out.
Kiera tweeted, "We love a bachelor who holds these women accountable for their actions. Yes, we do. Matt has came through every single time and shut down all of the nonsense. And I'm just going to say it right here, right now. Matt has been by far my favorite bachelor and has topped any bachelorette as well. So thanks, babe, for not
Ooh.
disappointing."
Naomi tweeted Jasenia after she won the argument. A cute legally blonde meme right there. Very true. It seems like sometimes these girls are arguing so much, it's like they're in court and they don't, let their side down. So that's definitely how it looked like she felt after she won that debate.
They're gonna blame Katie for not getting time with Matt. Right? It's funny how all of a sudden Serena C automatically points the finger at Katie and tries to pick a fight with her just because she's having a bad time. Like, come on now.
Nat says, "Honestly, feels so bad that they keep canceling the cocktail parties. Can they at least get these girls to go drinks?" I love that because after all of the stress that they're enduring daily and they're getting, first of all, do they know how long it takes to get glammed up like that? Like for cocktail parties, these women get glammed up and they have all this stress that they have to go through and they don't even get a drink. So I agree, Nat. We should say something.
Wow.
Stephanie said, Serena C needs to go next. Don't speak to my girl Katie like that. Rude. Very true. I think as soon as Serena C went up against Katie, who's like the Bachelor Nation favorite, like Katie for Bachelorette, everyone's so behind her right now for all the good she's done this season. She was automatically going to become the next villain and just get on people's bad sides because everyone loves Katie right now.
Leave Katie alone. Literally. I'm guessing this is about Serena C pressing Katie, but Serena C is just rude. Like, I'm sorry, I really don't like her. And I just thought we got rid of all the drama. And then tonight, boom, she had to open up her mouth and come for Katie for no reason. So, literally, leave Katie alone. Totally agree.
Rachel tweeted a meme, Serena C saying she wished the bullying never came up was very tone deaf. Yeah, that was also what I was saying. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, because she was a real one and wanted to make the overall environment of the house better for everyone, you included. Like, if she hadn't ever done that, let's say Victoria and maybe all the mean girls are still there. Well, you could be at the hand of, you could have been their next victim, Serena C. So just count your blessings, okay?
Kelly said, you know who deserves so much better. Agreed. I think after Maggie went home, Twitter was devastated because she was just a sweet soul, so unique, so nice and kind to Matt, and just always had something amazing to say. So hopefully we won't be seeing her. This won't be the last time we see her on the show.
LOL, producers made Matt drag Victoria along and now Serena C. I know, it's like I almost kind of forgot about Serena C until now. She kind of crept up on us and was like, "I'm actually the last villain left," which was a horrible surprise. And there's really no need for Matt or the producers to keep dragging her along. So, like I said, I think she might go next week, but we'll have to see.
Jam said, so basically Brittany came on to get accused of being an escort and then go home. I liked her sad face. That was literally what I said when he called Serena C's name. I was like, what? Like poor Brittany. Her only experience on The Bachelor was to just get totally ripped apart and then go home packing. So she got played. I hope she gets to go to at least Bachelor in Paradise and have like the best time of her life.
Carly tweeted, "There are still too many women here. Stop throwing more women at Matt." That's true. I think as soon as Heather walked in, Matt just started laughing hysterically because he's like, "Of course there's something else for me to deal with and someone else for me to meet." So, he's over it by now and is just trying to find the one.
Heather's arrival was the fakest thing I've ever seen on this show, and that's really saying something. Okay, yeah, like, we all know she did not just drive up and ask to come in, like, it was definitely all planned and choreographed, and she quarantined, but what do we expect from the show? They love the little cliches, and yes, it was very fake, but it's part of the production.
Vic tweeted, is the mean girl soul just jumping from girl to girl? Serena must have been the last person MJ touched on the way out of the door. Yes, that's so accurate. It's honestly like they're becoming possessed. Like the demon goes from girl to girl and is just sabotaging her until America thinks she's this vicious creature. And Serena C needs to stop while she's ahead. Like, yeah, we've seen some nastiness of her, but she could just cut it here and then we'd all like forgive and forget.
Dalen said, "Okay, but like Hannah B has known Matt for a while. Why is she just bringing up Matt to Heather?" Very true. It seems strange that Heather was saying, "Oh, Hannah's the one that told me to come here because she just talked to Matt." And I'm surprised they hadn't even met before. So I'm confused about that timeline. But either way, Heather's here and trying to date Matt now.
Why did she rent a minivan? Oh, maybe because she has a lot of clothes. Quote, my boyfriend. Um, right? I was thinking the same thing too. Like when she drove up, I was like, odd choice. Why was it a minivan? Why wasn't it in one of their like black cars they usually drive up in? Why was she personally driving herself? We haven't really seen that, but like we just talked about, it was a little fake, but I don't know what was going on with Heather's entrance, and maybe we'll see an exit.
Amy says, so what I'm hearing, just roll up to the house resort and ask Chris Harrison if you can join the show. It's just that easy. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, well then let me pack my bags real quick for the next time The Bachelor rolls around and just show up. You don't even have to audition. No, but I'm sure this is like weeks and weeks in the making. This was all thought out beforehand. I feel like we've all kind of touched on that already. Like, oh, really? You just decided to show up because your good friend Hannah B suggested it? No, 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 I don't think so.
This user tweeted, "OMG, amusement park dates are the best." So true. I used to love when they would rent like entire amusement parks for the day. This one was kind of like a makeshift carnival, but it still looked like a lot of fun and they had a good time all having it all to themselves.
Okay, this one says, remember the carnival that Tayshia and Brendan took his niece to? LOL. Yeah, that in no way compares to this carnival that Piper and Matt got to experience. Um, that poor season had the low budget. We can really see the difference in the two, but this carnival was super awesome.
Emma tweeted, is it just me or does Piper seem really uncomfortable and unnatural? She's just not feeding off his energy. I don't know, Emma. I think it's just you. I didn't have that experience. I didn't think that. I mean, I don't think that they had the same sparks as he did with some of the other one-on-one dates, but I don't view her as uncomfortable and unnatural.
Mar tweeted, "She cried and dropped the L bomb just going through the date to do list." It does seem like on The Bachelor, there is sort of a list of things you have to do, or just, in order to feel like you're progressing in your relationship. But hopefully, they are being true to themselves and, just really opening up and saying how they feel.
I know he likes Piper, but he didn't close his eyes with the kiss, so I don't think he likes her as much as Michelle. Okay, him and the kissing, he's probably left his eyes open for almost every kiss that I've counted at least. So it's not just Piper in her defense. He leaves his eyes open when he kisses people, which is very odd in my opinion, but
This Twitter user says, "Who told Matt it was okay to wear jeggings?" Listen, don't come for my man Matt because he can dress, and I think you know it, and you're just hating.
Those are really tight though.
Yeah, they are. They
elite.
are.
This user said the winning team will enjoy an amazing romantic evening with Matt, 5 minutes, and 4 hours of infighting with each other. Very true. It seems like there's never enough time for them to date and to talk and get to know each other, but there's plenty of time for the drama and the fighting.
I just knew Michelle would be awesome at bowling. She has it, you know, you could tell she's really competitive, and I feel like she's someone who tries everything and is good at it. She was so confident going into that, and immediately it was like, killed it.
Ashley tweeted, "Give Abigail a one-on-one," in all caps to express how passionately she feels about this. And I agree. I feel like, why are you even keeping Abigail on if you're not spending any time with her? I really haven't seen him spend really any one-on-one time at all, even on a group date with her. So she is not getting what she deserves. Let's get it together, Matt.
Peyton tweeted, been waiting all season for Tyler to appear. Literally me. I was so excited when I saw Tyler was going to be on this episode, and he was just a joy to watch. Such a bromance going on. Loved every bit of it.
Unpopular opinion, Matt has better chemistry with Tyler C than with any of the girls. You know what, Haley? I was actually thinking the same thing. We saw a different side of him with Tyler. And of course, it is that like bromance friendship, how you act around your best friend side. But I was like, I like that side. I want to see that side of Matt more with the girls. And I think at the end of the day, that's the real match, Tyler C and Matt.
Andrea tweeted, "Girl, if you leave Matt for Tyler right now, I would not blame you." I mean, I'm not gonna say I disagree. Like, if I was on a date, Matt's a very handsome man, okay, and I have fallen in love with who he is as a person and how he's been the Bachelor. But woo, if I saw Tyler C in person, I'd probably fangirl. Sorry, Matt. Don't take me on a date with your friend around.
Sasha said, it's funny knowing Katie is already the bachelorette, so there's literally no point in this. Oh, very interesting. There are rumors that she's the next bachelorette, but we don't know for sure yet. So we are one step closer to figuring it out now that she is officially not with Matt, but who knows? We're going to have to wait and see.
I love Katie, but this is clearly a friendship. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, I love Katie. I love her personality. But then you put her next to Matt and you see them converse, and it's like, okay, there's no spark whatsoever. They're both awesome people on their own, but together, they were clearly not a match. And that's why she might be the next bachelorette.
Adriana tweeted, "Matt can't handle Katie." So, little shade towards Matt. Someone's a little salty that he sent Katie home. But listen, I got to agree with Avery. I did not see a romantic connection on his end. So, let him do him.
Katie, you deserve better, Queen. I'm happy you're out of that toxic bubble of energy. Very true. We loved Katie on the show. She definitely put out some fires, but she was like the mom of the group. So that's definitely weighs on a person after a while. I'm sure she was exhausted and done with all of that drama.
I can't believe Matt made Katie be the third wheel on his date with Tyler. I know, right? It's interesting he chose Katie for that date too, because like we said, there wasn't really that spark. And it was almost like we saw his smile and energy come out more when he was around Tyler C and messing with him, and he wasn't really paying attention to Katie. And then by the end of the day, he was just tired and she got sent home. So yeah, it's just Matt and Tyler C's chemistry is just unmatched.
Avery tweeted, "Picking up the rose just to not give it to someone seems cruel." I thought so too. When he picked it up, I was like, because I was kind of feeling during their date, like the dinner portion of it, that he wasn't going to give her the rose, but then he picked it up. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he's going to explore this a little further. And then he said, but, and I was like, oh, here we go. So that was just unnecessary. If you're not giving someone the rose, don't pick it up, because you could see her eyes like light up when he picked it up. And then he said, but, and her whole soul was just crushed.
John tweeted, that's what I call a bachelorette edit. Okay, so I think he's saying that the way they just portrayed Katie this whole season maybe is setting her up for a bachelorette announcement. We're gonna have to see about that.
Oh, she's a lock for Bachelorette. Yes, I think this is also regarding, like, what you just said, Gabby. I do think they gave her a Bachelorette edit, especially the moment we saw tonight where it was Matt and Tyler and they were playing pool, and all of a sudden, Matt was really, like, up chatting Katie, and not saying that was, like, a part of this, but I don't know, it was just kind of like all of a sudden, like, we're talking so highly about Katie, just like we all have been, and you just don't see that when she's with Matt, but on his own, he had so many nice things to say. And I feel like she is the next one, just if we pay close attention to these edits, since we are Bachelor Nation detectives over here.
This Twitter user says, "How are hometowns 2 weeks away? There's still so many girls left." We were just talking about this. Like, he's going to have to be sending girls home, like, in bulks, and then also on like one on one dates or group dates or something to be able to get through all of these women before hometowns.
Brianna tweeted, petition to bring back the rose ceremony at the end of an episode. Very true. Every single time they leave us on a cliffhanger, and this time it was Heather arriving, and we don't get to see the rose ceremony about whether she got a rose or not. So we'll be right back here next week to talk about all of that. But for now, let us know in the comments your reactions. What were you thinking about tonight's episode? Katie, do you think she'll be the Bachelorette? What did you think of Tyler C and Matt? Let us know in the comments. And before you go, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I'm Gabby Ganta, and I was joined by Avery Grooms and Mariah Davis today. You can follow us at our social handles on the screen right now. Come say hi. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.